Hello, children. This is Mrs. Haripriya from Pon Vidyashram. How are you? I hope you all are fine and safe. Today, we are going to see a new chapter in your democratic politics, that is, constitutional design. In the previous chapter, that in a democracy, the rulers are not free to do what they like. There are certain basic rules that the citizens and the government have to follow. All such rules together are called the constitution. So, the constitution determines the rights of the citizens, the powers of the government, and how the government should function. In this chapter, we are going to see about the constitutional design of a democracy. So, why do we need a constitution? How are the constitutions drawn up? Who designs the constitution? And what are all the values that shape the constitution in democratic states? And also, once a constitution is accepted, can we make changes later as required by the changing conditions? So about all these things only we are going to see in this lesson. So one recent instance of designing constitution for a democratic state is that of the South Africa. So we begin this chapter by looking at what happened there and how the South Africans went about this task of designing their constitution, and then we are going to see how the Indian constitution was made, what its foundational values are, and how it provides a good framework for the conduct of the citizens life and that of the government. So this lesson is going to be a very interesting and informational one. I hope you will enjoy listening to this lesson. Yes, shall we start the lesson? Yes. Who's there in the picture? Yes, Mr. Nelson Mandela. Yes, correct. So, Nelson Mandela is the former president of South Africa. He is the person who fought against the white South African government. For that, he and seven other leaders were sentenced to life imprisonment in 1964 for daring to oppose the apartheid system in his country. He almost spent next 28 years in South Africa's most dreaded prison, that is the Robben Island. You may have asked me a question, what is apartheid? Yes, so apartheid is a system of racial discrimination on the basis of the skin color, which is the system existed in South Africa. How they struggled against this apartheid system. A large number of white Europeans settled in South Africa during the 17th and 18th century and became the local rulers. So the white rulers treated the blacks, that was the native people of South Africa, those who are in black color, and the colored people, that is the people with the mixed color. I mean, not too black, not too white, in a moderate color, they were called as the colored people, and also the Indians as inferiors. This system was particularly oppressive for the blacks. They were actually segregated where in so many places like trains, buses, taxis, hotels, hospitals, schools, colleges, libraries, even in cinema halls and theaters, beaches, and even they have separate swimming pools, and even public toilets also, they were all separate for the whites and also for the blacks. Since 1950, the non-whites fought against this apartheid system. They formed the African National Congress, that is ANC, for this purpose, to fight against this apartheid system. Even the sensitive whites also joined the African National Congress to oppose the apartheid system. But still, the white racist government continued to rule by torturing and killing the thousands of black and colored people. So, as the protest increased against this apartheid system, the racist government realized that they could no longer keep the blacks under their rule through repression. So, they changed their policies. they changed their policies. The discriminatory laws were repealed, ban on political parties, and restrictions on the media were lifted. Nelson Mandela, who was the leader of the blacks, were released from the jail after 28 years of imprisonment. Finally, at the midnight of 26th April 1994, the Republic of South Africa, that is a multiracial government, was born. You may have asked me a question that how it is possible for a multiracial government, as these whites have given a lot of torture to the blacks, but it is possible. How? The blacks forgave the whites for the atrocities they had done while in power. Both the blacks and the whites decided to build a new South Africa based on equality of all races on democratic values, social justice, and human rights. They sat together to draw up a common constitution. After 2 years of discussion, they came out with one of the finest constitution in the world. It gave it to its citizens the most extensive rights available in any other country. It inspired democrats all over the world. So now the most undemocratic country in the world is now seen as a model of democracy. Here is the preamble of South Africa's constitution. Preamble is nothing but the index of the constitution. Here they have mentioned clearly, we, the people of South Africa, recognize the injustice of our past, honor those who suffered for justice and freedom in our land, respect those who have worked to build and develop our country, and believe that South Africa belongs to all who live in it, united in our diversity. We, therefore, through our freely elected representatives, adopt this constitution as supreme law of the Republic so as to heal the past and establish the society based on democratic values, social justice, and fundamental human rights. So, together they decided nobody should be excluded or nobody should be treated as demon. They have agreed that everybody should become the part of the solution. It inspired democrats all over the world. I think you would have understood the meaning of the constitution. So now let us see what is a constitution. So constitution is a set of written rules that are accepted by all the people living together in a country. It is a supreme law that determines the relationship among people living in a territory and also the relationship between the people and also the government. It generates a degree of trust and coordination among the people. It specifies the powers of the government and how it should function. And it also limits the powers of the government and ensures certain rights to the people. By the way, it can build a good society. The only way to build and maintain trust among diverse groups of people having differences of opinions and interests to write down some rules that everyone should obey. That is why do we need a constitution. It is necessary to limit the powers of the elected government and it may misuse the powers. There are chances for that. So these rules safeguards the rights of the people. These rules lay down how the rulers are to be chosen in future. These rules also determine what the elected governments are empowered to do and what they cannot do. Finally, these rules decide the rights of the citizen. These rules will work only if the winner cannot change them very easily. This is what the South Africans did actually. They agreed on some basic rules. They also agreed that these rules will be supreme, that no government will be able to ignore these. This set of basic rules is called the constitution, and that is the reason why do we need a constitution. So till this I end up my video, my dear children. In the next video we will see the making of the Indian constitution and what are all the struggles we faced while framing the constitution of India. And until then, bye bye children. Thank you.